The Supers are set 64 teams down to just 16 competing for a spot in the Women's College World Series. 5 unseeded teams pulled off upsets to advance. I'm Michella Chester for NCAA Digital, and here's everything you need to know ahead of the Super Regional matchups. Let's get started with the Norman Super Regional. Oklahoma, the nation's leader in homers and ERA, are going to be tough to beat once, much less twice, by an upstart UCF playing in their first ever Super. Jocelyn Allo leads the defending champs, who might be better than last season, with a staff that might be as dominant as their offense this season. That is, if they can get Jordy Ball back in the mix. Next, we've got the Tempe Regional, hosted by Arizona State. They made it out of that crazy regional. They've got Northwestern. So we get to see Danielle Williams against ASU's lineup in the Supers. A great matchup. ASU certainly had the tougher road, but pulled off 2 wins over San Diego State. Sydney Sanders went yard for her 21st homer for ASU, and Williams picked up her 300th strikeout of the season for Northwestern. This is your classic 8-9 matchup. It should be a really good one. UCLA will host Duke in Los Angeles for the Blue Devils' first Super appearance in just their 5th season. The Bruins offense came alive in the regional, scoring 28 runs, a good sign for UCLA's offense that has put the pitching staff in some tight spots this season. The Blue Devils have Peyton St. George, who tossed 2 shutouts in the regional. They came back from a 5-1 deficit to run rule Georgia and advance. Next, we've got Arkansas hosting Texas in Fayetteville. The Razorbacks are looking like a tough team to beat. Some close field games in the regional, but the lineup always pulls through with players like KB Sides and Danielle Gibson. They're set well in the circle too with Shanice Dels and Mary Half. But the Longhorns, familiar with upsets, it seems, and they have Haley Dolcini. Dolcini got past Gabby Plain and the Huskies to make it to the Supers. Anything can happen. The Hokies will host the Gators in Blacksburg. Virginia Tech's Keely Richard and Emma Lemley versus a Florida offense that exploded in the regional final. The Gators have been looking good since the return of Hannah Adams, but the Hokies' strength has always been in the circle. A few close calls in the regional, but they pulled through. 3 more. We have a Super Regional with 2 unseeded teams. Stanford will host Oregon State after the 2 teams pulled off big-time upsets over Alabama and Tennessee, respectively. The Cardinal pitching staff shut out Bama twice in the regionals with 2 dominant performances from Elena Vaughter, and the Beavers looking good after a tough stretch to end the regular season. Mariah Mazan and freshman Kiki Escobar are big names to know. FYI, Oregon State won 2 out of 3 against Stanford in the regular season, but close, low-scoring games. We've got Oklahoma State hosting Clemson next. Both teams are incredibly dangerous in the circle, with OK State's Kelly Maxwell and Clemson's Valerie Cagle. The Tigers are in their first Super Regional, but didn't give up a single run in the regionals. OK State has an experienced lineup led by Sydney Pennington, but which offense will pull through? Finally, another set of unseeded teams, Mississippi State versus Arizona in Starkville. The Wildcats were a bubble team ahead of selections, but took down Missouri in 2 low-scoring games to advance. They will need more offensive production against a Bulldog team that took down one of the strongest teams all season, FSU, twice in the regionals. So there you have our 8 Super Regionals. The Women's College World Series is guaranteed 2 unseeded teams for the 2nd consecutive year. We will have all of the live coverage for you on NCAA.com and NCAA Softball Social.